Sorry, I was just finishing up my speech. My name is Andrew Dunn, and today I'll be talking about procrastination and how to prevent it. Procrastination is a psychological behavior that allows a person to postpone or delay certain activities or a task. Surveys show 95% of us suffer from great stress and anxiety caused by procrastination. There are two commonly known reasons why we procrastinate: lack of desire and fear. Some of you might be asking, why not just procrastinate? I always end up getting everything done on time. Procrastination isn't always bad, but most of the time it is. Some benefits, if you want to call them that, are a boost in productivity, knowing that you have to get a deadline to meet, and a sense of gratification when you finally get that task completed. Some people say that the only way they can get work done is by procrastinating. They feel more motivated to get started, and then they have a sense of urgency that they need to get everything completed by a certain time. While this may be true, are you really putting your best effort into it? Are you just throwing everything together when you could be putting more time into laying everything out better? Fortunately, their upsides outweigh the downsides by a long shot. Here are just a few. The quality of your work will be awful, and the project will show how much time you really put into it. You will not spend your time effectively, and maybe spend too much time on one section and not put enough time into another section, or even have enough time to complete it by the deadline. You'll feel unnecessary anguish and anxiety while trying to complete the project. Is the extra amount of stress really worth it on you and your health? In my opinion, no. So what can I do to change this, you ask? Let's first look at the causes of procrastination. The lack of desire, to me, is the biggest part of procrastination. Why work on my homework when I can just relax and play video games? I just sat through a whole 50-minute class. I need to take at least a 3-hour break before I get any more work done. This is not the attitude you want to have towards your work. That's right, it is work. When your boss tells you to do something, do you tell them that you just got done with your last task and that you need 15 minutes before you start the next one he asked you to do? Unless you don't want a job, that is not the correct answer. You start right away on the next task as hard and as diligently as you did on the task before. So why not try to use that motivation on a project or homework that you have to do? So as soon as you get it, why not see what it entails, lay out a plan or a time schedule to stick to? Which brings me to my first point on how to solve your procrastination problem. Time schedules. Time schedules are something to live by. The armed forces do it, and you see how well that works. Trying setting up your schedule the night before and trying to stick to it religiously really helps. This will help you to not just sit down and start watching TV. If you have a schedule you can go by, you can do the work for a good amount of time and work hard on it and still get a lot of work done and still have time to relax. If you find it difficult to follow a schedule, then the 10-minute rule will be good for you. The rule is, if a task takes less than 10 minutes to complete, do it right away. This means if you need to clean up your room and it will take less than 10 minutes, don't put it off. Just do it right away. This will help you down the road and keep things from piling up. If you put it off, and then down the road you'll have to spend maybe an hour to clean it up when it could have just done 10 minutes to clean it up. Now this rule isn't as effective for big projects and homework, but you can modify it. Why not make it the 30-minute rule or an hour rule? The last point to look at is probably the hardest, but the most important. This is ultimate goal versus immediate desire. Before you sit down and start watching TV, take a step back and ask yourself, what is my ultimate goal in this? The goal in this is to realize that watching TV is not the goal, but the desire. At the time, you need to reevaluate the situation and start working on the goal. If I take the time to do this now, I will put more time and effort into it. I will be able to perfect it if necessary, and I will feel relieved when the task is done. Then you can sit down and watch TV as long as you want, until you have something else to do again. I hope these few tips will help you live more productive and a less stressful life. Thank you. Any questions?
Do you have any tips for organizing, say, size or lengths of projects during a day?
Try to do your big projects in the morning when you feel more motivated, because throughout the day you'll get less motivated. After lunch is a big problem for a lot of people, just getting back and doing a lot of the work. So keep the small ones for after that, so as you keep getting the little ones done, you'll feel more motivated because you accomplish goals, and just continue throughout the day.
Do you believe that your attitude towards your projects or work will determine your attitude towards them?
Yeah, if you aren't motivated about work, or you just feel like you want to sit around and do nothing all day, then, or if you don't even like the job that you have, then you're not going to feel motivated to do. Well, you'll probably end up doing the work, but you won't do a good job on it, or put enough time into it, make sure that it's right. You'll just do it enough to get it completed and on time. So.
If your boss comes to you and you already have several projects going on, and he says, I need this ASAP, how do you prioritize?
Well, what I do a sense of urgency. If he tells me that he needs something done right away, then I'll do that. Or if he tells me a few things to do that he needs done right away, I'll ask him what he wants done first, and then after that I'll usually just decide myself what, well, if he needs something done like quickly, I'll do maybe the shorter ones first, and then just kind of work on the longer ones afterwards, or the ones that he doesn't need right away. Thank you.